And we have our movie critic in the studio with us this afternoon. It is Friday, so Tanya is here. You'll be proud of me. I saw the squad, whatever.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Why that went out of my head. Yeah. I watched it last Friday night. None of the kids, they were at your grandparents' house, and my husband had to work, so I was like, you know what? And I laughed.
Good.
I mean, I don't know if I would watch it again repeatedly just for fun, but I wasn't disappointed that my time was spent watching the movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's how I felt too. I really thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not family friendly. You hit it on the nail with, I wouldn't let anyone, it's rated R for a reason.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell that they're setting it up for possible sequels with that. I appreciated the cast. Yeah, and so I was like, yes, I genuinely laughed. It's if you need a comic relief and you don't have small kids in the house, enjoy it. I saw it on HBO Max. I streamed it from that way. So.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I'm liking all your tips. So what you got for us this week?
Well, this week we've got a little bit different. It is a PG-13 kind of sci-fi, a little bit of a whodunit movie, but it stars Hugh Jackman. And it's called Reminiscence, and that's a really hard word for me to say. My southern accent can't quite get that out. But anyway, he plays Nick, and he is a detective, but instead of like going out and searching for clues, he's able to reach into people's minds with all these cool sci-fi technology to make their memories emerge to figure out what happened. And so the story picks up. They're in Miami, and Miami has flooded. Everybody's really down, depressed. There's been a war, so nobody's really happy, and they're relying on those memories. They're actually coming to him because another thing that you can do is you can visit your past for pleasure. So there's a scene that opens up with his best friend coming to see him, and he just wants to go back to a day where he played fetch with his his dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Just cool stuff like that. And so anyway, he is got a partner, and they're just kind of sitting there. It's very easy to see that they're struggling. They don't have a lot of business. And Tandy Newton plays his partner. And this beautiful woman, Rebecca Ferguson, walks in, and she can't find her keys. And so she uses this service to figure out where she left her keys.
Sign me up. I would need a monthly subscription. You can ask Rhino.
Yeah, but I thought that was really cool, So he was more than just a detective. I mean, he used it really to make money for whatever people needed it for. And so anyway, that's how he meets her. And they begin a romance. She disappears. And so he relies on his technology to try to piece together what happened.
So would you say, 2 thumbs up?
Yes, I really liked it. It is, I don't know, it doesn't move super fast. It's not it's probably about an hour and 45 minutes. So definitely, I would say if you're just in the mood to just escape for a couple of hours, this is a good one to go see. There's one little action scene, but not a lot of action. It's mostly just drama,
You said it's PG-13, so is that a safe one for our teenagers, like if you are having a family movie night, or would you just recommend
I think your older teenagers, there was really nothing except violence. That was really the main thing, and they're so used to seeing that now.
They can see that on the 9 o'clock news.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought Hugh Jackman did a great job, as he always does, and then Rebecca Ferguson I thought was great. Tandy Newton was great. And Rebecca actually plays a singer in this movie, too, which I thought was funny. I was having flashbacks to The Greatest Showman where she sang.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we don't know names, but we know at least characters, that's his wife in The Greatest Showman, right?
Yeah, she was the singer that he took on tour.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
She loved him, but he did not love her.
Right, exactly.
So.
He should have. He was married.
Right.
But it's okay. So now, though, you can have that sort of coming back into it.
Yeah.
At least knowing that they reunited. Is it just in theaters or is it streaming through a
It's
service?
also streaming on HBO Max for 30 days. So if you have that service, you could watch it from home.
I'm hitting the jackpot with all of your recommendations.
Yeah.
The only one I won't watch is the ones on Disney Plus that I have to pay the extra.
Oh yeah, the $30. Yeah. And this is one that if you do feel like, hey, I really don't want to go to the theater, I think this is a good one to check out at home because it's not really one that has to be seen on the big screen.
So what else is coming up?
Well, last week you asked me about new kids movies, and as I was walking back to my office, I was like, I cannot believe, but today Paw Patrol. They have a movie out. Now, my kids are a little too old. I kind of missed the whole Paw Patrol. I think it was cranking up when my kids kind of got through the cartoon phase, you know. But, yeah, so this is just, a full-length feature film of the TV series. And it's got, the voices of Ian Armitage, just a kid actor, Marseille Martin, Randall Park, who you may know from Fresh Off the Boat. So Kim Kardashian West actually voices one of the parts. So an interesting cast.
Very.
And I have not seen this one, but I feel safe telling you if your kids love Paw Patrol, you need to go see it.
Is it, would it be on any of the streaming platforms? It's not a Disney movie.
It's not. I think it is connected to Paramount. So I think if you have Paramount Plus, you can access it. I don't know if it's free or not.
There's a lot of who just said yes, but then at the same time, because it's one of those. Paw Patrol's great, but it's like all of those other, kids shows. You've watched it 15 bazillion times, and so either you're vested with the characters and you're like, let's go, or you're like, I'm going to do my mom due diligence, grab a couple kids and take them to. I think Paw Patrol, or I'm not sure now with the world, but it was coming sometime here to Mississippi in like a
stage show?
Yeah, like a stage show.
Oh, yeah, those are so fun. I took my kids to see Mickey Mouse a few times with those live shows, and they're so well done.
Disney Nice is always a popular one, too, when they get the opportunity to come. So is that the only two, or do we have any more movies?
Yeah, that's really it this weekend in the theater. Next week, there's actually a movie coming out called Together, and this one may be just a little bit too real for us right now. It's about a husband and wife being stuck together during quarantine, COVID.
Like literally stuck together, or in the
like in the same space?
Because you never know with some of these movies. Yeah, that may be real. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so the movies are cranking up. Now that I feel like probably starting, the next weekend, Labor Day weekend, we've got some big ones coming out. A Marvel movie, and the name escapes me, something in 10 Rings. Rhino probably knows.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings?
Yes, thank you. That one's coming out. So that'll be something great to look forward to.
Going back a few weeks, I'm not sure if you went and saw it because we both, Tanya, were under the idea that probably we wouldn't see it, but it was the scary one where they go on vacation and they start to, age backwards?
Yeah.
Did that ever make waves in the box office? I mean, I'm not paying to see it, but I was just curious if that caught on as sort of like a cult following.
Yeah, I think it did okay. It didn't do as well. It wasn't like a big number. Like, I think Black Widow blew it out of the water. I believe Black Widow came out the weekend before that. It was called Old. And so I think people went to see it, but just not in big numbers.
Is Black Widow still out as an option to go see?
It is. It's still out there. So if you haven't seen it yet, you still have time.
He said, Rhino said, Old's budget was $18 million and it made $75 million.
Oh,
so that's
good.
I'm always curious, what clicks with people that's, when it comes to those really creepy kind of movies where it takes a special frame of mind to go watch, what lures people in, because I see certain things like, no thank you.
Yeah, well, I think for him, M. Night Shyamalan, I think Sixth Sense, just from that movie alone, I think he's got a built-in audience. Everything he does, people are going to go see because they loved Sixth Sense. I mean, that was like the first movie that ever had that big of a surprise.
Totally agree. You get to the end of it and you're like, whoa, never saw that coming.
Right.
I mean, now you do when you watch it, but the first time you felt like you were completely wool pulled out from under you kind of experience.
Yeah, and then what was smart about it is everybody had to go see it again because they wanted to see what they missed, and knowing what they know now.
I wonder then if some of that old is people going back and rewatching it with a different perspective.
Yeah, it could be.
Because, won't be me. But I'll take your advice, and maybe I'll get in a little Hugh Jackman over the weekend. What was the name of that movie?
It is called Reminiscence.
Oh, sorry to make you say it again. I didn't do that on purpose, but Reminiscence, because I couldn't say it either. We always appreciate you, Tanya. Looking forward to you next week. But stick with us. We've got more good things for you coming.